What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where in the world you're watching. First up, yes, I know. I cut myself while I was shaving. I know it looks like I'm kind of like smirking, but I'm not, dude. Just a little cut on my face. But anyways, the focus point of this video is not the cut on my face, but I asked YouTube, I asked you guys whether or not you believed in ghosts and or spirits, and you guys responded. Let's read some of the comments, let's go through, and let's see what you guys think. So the first comment that we're gonna look at was commented by Nathaniel. Thank you, Nathaniel, by the way. Shout out to you for dropping down this story. And this is what he says. I've never felt any ghosts or even paranormal activity in my life. That is until I was eventually in 7th grade trying to print something in an abandoned restaurant. Sounds confusing, but on the top floor there was an office room where it was used for meetings or something like that. I was with my uncle, and my uncle can feel any presence such as spirits, and it was nighttime at the time. While I was busy editing my schoolwork, my uncle was kind of shivering for no reason, even though it's in a closed room and the air is not cold. He said to me to hurry up and finish the work. 2 minutes later, the door suddenly moved by itself, making a noise. Me at that time thought it was something else, so I didn't pay much attention, but my uncle stared at something and told me that there's someone else in here trying to bother us, even though there were only 2 of us at the time. I was kind of a bit careless, so I continued my work. 4 minutes later, the door moved again, but more roughly, like someone tried to open it. My uncle was a bit scared and told me to hurry up. As I was trying to put some tweaks on the printing settings, glass bottles suddenly broke as if someone pushed them over on purpose. I felt like something was not right, as if I was bothering them and they did not like that I was in their place, so I quickly hit the print button, took my work, and got out of there. As I went home, I asked my uncle what was going on in there. He said that there's a bunch of unhappy spirits wandering around in the restaurant and that they did not like our presence in there. Because it's been empty for so long, the spirits somehow took the restaurant as their home and the kitchen, where it was close to the office room, as their source and their gathering place. There's some reports from workers where they tried to renovate the restaurant at night, and there were apparitions and ghost sightings that scared them and always annoyed them while they were working. But oh well, that was 6 years ago. Laugh my ass off. That is terrifying. I've had similar experiences to that as well, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, when there are spirits in there that do not want you there, it's best to leave. So kudos to you for staying calm and getting out of there and respecting their wishes. Shormitha said, I've never seen, but my mom has. It was about 7 to 8 years ago. My mother used to go to the balcony for some air after everyone was asleep. She saw a candle lit on another floor and she felt uneasy as it was 2 or 3 a.m. She saw it for about a week and told that to my grandma. She asked some people if anyone used to live on that floor, and people said no. It scared the shit out of her, and then she pleaded with my father to move out of that place. Definitely don't blame her, but at least it was not on the same floor as her, or, God forbid, in the same apartment. And Leafy Boy says, all my family has had encounters with relatives during the night. The next day they would always find out that they had died. I don't believe in religion. There is some spiritual stuff that I just can't deny. Definitely true about the spiritual part. I know a lot of people that have had experiences as well. I myself have had a few experiences that are similar. There definitely is some spiritual stuff going on, but that's just my personal belief. Next up, we have IDK. Love the name, by the way. Kind of reminds me of somebody else I know. Me and my sister had 2 dolls, like 3 to 4 feet tall. One day we decided to stay up late. No cell phones, by the way. Then we heard something, and I kid you not, the doll was literally walking in front of us into the bathroom. After that, I had no recollection of the doll. That is terrifying. By the way, if you guys didn't know, there are actually dolls that can walk. It's more like a parlor trick. It's not actually haunted dolls, although some people do believe them to be possessed. But I'll put a little clip up right now of the dolls walking. It's pretty weird. They look pretty odd, you know. Same person, IDK. Another story, I was a light sleeper again. When I was younger, I heard dishes fall and break, and I went to go check what it was. Still rubbing my eyes, half asleep, I entered the kitchen. Nothing was broken. Nothing had fell down, and I looked at the table, and I saw a grown African-American man sitting down at the table. He had a high-top hat on and dress with them long coat buttons and them old circle watches that clipped into the clothes. His beard was white, too. He was holding on to a white mug with a tea string outside the cup. He smiled. And I walked back thinking nothing of it, as if it was normal. I can remember him as if it just happened yesterday. And then the final part of the story, so 3 different experiences by the same person. Then I saw my dead grandpa when I was sitting over at my grandma's house, but I'll tell that story another time. Definitely a good variety of stories there, and all of those would freak me out quite a bit, I would say. Now we're getting on to our last ghost story from one of the people in the comments, and this one comes from Daniel. This is what he says. I've never experienced paranormal activity personally, but my mother has a couple of times. Like once she heard one of my sisters say hello, she looked behind her and no one was there. Plus, my sister was asleep at the time, and she lived in a house that was haunted by this old dude. When he was alive, he apparently was an alcoholic and he would beat up his wife and would verbally abuse his son. So my mom was sleeping in the same room that the husband and the wife would sleep in. She said she was awoken by her dog that farted. LOL. She got up, looked at her closet, and there was the husband looking back at her. That is terrifying. Apparently, shortly after the wife left him and took the son, he hung himself in the attic. Also, my mom told me that there was no door for the attic, so every time you looked up, it would be nothing but darkness. She also said she felt watched every time she walked underneath it. Yeah, no, that is extremely unnerving. I mean, you kind of just have to not let it affect you. You know, live there in harmony with the spirits that live there, but that's very scary. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. This is definitely a different style of video, so if you did enjoy that, make sure to leave a like button. Drop a comment down below on what you want to see next. If you want to see more of these, I'm definitely down to make more of the polls. I've been posting a lot of them lately, so it's a lot of fun, you know, to just read what you guys have to say and not just me be talking the whole time. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Keep post notifications on to never miss a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.